Hello, everyone. Welcome. Our guest today is Pavel Stantchev, writer of the play One Night, Two Mornings. The play had its first premiere in Kecskemét at the Katona József National Theatre. It's not an easy play. It's not an easy script. It takes us back to the Stalinist era and tells a powerful story about truth, fear, and human choices. Now we'll talk about Pavel's inspiration, the message of the play, and how he feels after the premiere. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
I divided our conversation into 3 parts. So first, let's speak about your story, your background. So what can we know about you? How did your professional journey begin?
Well, first, I'm born in Sofia, Bulgaria, and I'm born in a family of people, let's say in media, because my father was a sports reporter.
Really?
Yes.
What type? Was it every type of sports? A sports commentator?
Mainly writing. Time to time he was invited to television to comment boxing.
Wow.
Because he was a big expert in boxing, and he was a friend of Pap Laszlo. I have actually a photo with Pap Laszlo and autograph.
Oh my gosh.
I met Pap Laszlo as as a little boy. And my grandparents, they were having something which in Hungarian is called nyomda, printing house. So I grew up in this environment. Sports, newspapers, television came later. First was newspapers. And,
so you worked as a journalist, as I know.
Yes, I started as a journalist, and naturally I started. I actually published my first newspaper when I was 8 years old. With a friend at school. He was drawing and I was writing.
You were writing. That's kind. That's cute.
So I started quite
early.
Lots of articles, which I published in some youth newspapers. And then I started writing short stories. Short stories, initially some humor.
So writing was always there.
Yes, it was.
It was always part of your life. And how did the television, the media come?
So when I left Bulgaria in '89, like lots of people, when the Berlin wall fell down, I thought this is an opportunity to go to West, and I went to Paris. And initially, because I had to survive, I was still a student. I continued my studies in France. In journalism, which I graduated. But then I had to work, and I started as a journalist freelancer. I was writing articles for different newspapers, magazines in French this time. And one day I met one important businessman, French businessman, who owned several newspapers. And he saw in me somebody who is also good with numbers. Said, you are good with numbers, so you become a manager. So for me, this was something, I was thinking my future will be journalist and writer. But then he put me to be a manager because he wanted to invest in Central Europe. He bought even a newspaper in Hungary, it was called Figyelő. It's finance. He was buying finance publications in Czech Republic, in Poland, etc. Yes. So I started working for this businessman. I learned a lot. And then when the first war started, Iraq, there was a crisis. Advertising went down. So he stopped investing. And I moved to another company, Swiss Ringier, maybe you know this company.
I worked there.
They're also so I continued in newspapers, but I was doing also corporate development. I was sent to Asia, to different places, and I saw that there is a big opportunity in television because newspapers are nice, but television was growing. And the first job I got in television was in Budapest at HBO. Because HBO was in Budapest, and I met Robert Layton. He was American, running HBO for the whole Europe. And I gave my CV. He read the CV and he said, why you want to work in television if you have ink in your blood? You have ink.
That's nice to say. It's
ink in your blood. And
symbolic.
I said because television, it's more exciting. And he said, "And you want to make money?"
Yeah.
Very American, very American. So I started then in television in HBO, and then after HBO I was with RTL, and etc. etc. And most recently, as you know, with TV2.
What do you like most in Hungary, in Budapest?
What do I like most? Well,
Hard question.
I think first the question is Buda or Pest.
Haha, Buda or Pest?
I'm definitely Pest.
Me too.
I like the city. I like the city. I like the vibe. So I like even sometimes airing in the streets of the center. So I like this very much in Budapest. And of course, I like all the theaters. We talk about theater today. Hungarians, they love Színház and they like music.
Art.
So I like all this atmosphere. So I prefer to be for theaters. I prefer to be in Budapest than to be in Broadway.
Sounds amazing. So it wasn't so hard or difficult to change after the television world to art and theater, because as you said, yeah.
It was in parallel because I still work in television now, not in Hungary, but this play
Now let's talk about this play.
Yes, I wrote first time in 2017.
You started to write, or you finished it, or almost finished it?
I started, and it took me like 1 year. 1 year, but I was thinking for many years before. So it's a topic which was growing.
It was always there in your mind that
yes.
you would like to write a play.
Yes, and I wanted,
especially for theater.
For theater, because I wanted to respect the ancient Greek rules that you have to have a unity of place, time, and action. So finally, I came to the conclusion that the best is to have this in one prison cell, where one of the characters is sentenced to death, and then comes his former friend, former enemy, who is a policeman, and then at the end comes the woman who was his first love.
Yeah.
So after this all came in my mind that everything will happen in one place. Also, what I saw recently is that people don't like to spend too long time in theaters. Now, a show in
you feel that?
I think
because
so.
Maybe they're happy to leave, I don't know, the social world, and so everything going so fast in the world, and maybe it's good to a little bit chill in the theater.
Yes, but
how long does it take this play? I mean,
1 hour and 15, 20 minutes. So it's 75 minutes. So there is no break.
No break. So
my impression now is that the breaks is good for opera or ballet or operetta. But when it comes to this place, I think people like to have one story to finish the story and to be in the story.
But it's not an easy story.
No, it's not an easy story. It's
but that's good.
It's a drama.
Yeah.
It's a drama because when you have somebody who is sentenced to death, and this is his last night, and on top of this, he's sentenced without having done anything, and he's sentenced by his own friends, because he's not sentenced by enemies, but by his own people. So this creates already the drama.
So tell me about the main character, because is it true that it's a real historical?
So it's based on a real characters and real historical background. But of course, what happened in the play, it's imagination.
Yeah.
So Traicio Kostov was first. He was a brilliant intellectual. He was a brilliant intellectual who was the best at school, the best at university, etc. And he was a real communist. Communist from those communists who really believed that communism will help people to be equal.
Communism is good, yeah.
Etc. So he was really fighting for his ideas, not for opportunism. He went to jail already in 42, and he was sentenced also to that. But at that time, the king of Bulgaria pardoned him in the last moment because he realized that this guy was brilliant. And the king said, people like this we should not lose. So that's why they didn't kill him in 42, although he was fighting against the king and against the government at that time. And then in 44, like in Hungary, came the Soviet army, and the communism was brought to the country from Russia, and he started making a brilliant career. He became vice prime minister, so the number 2 after the prime minister, but the prime minister was old and sick, and everybody was expecting that when the prime minister will die,
then
he'll be prime minister. Yes, but the Stalin at that time, the Russians, they didn't trust him. They said, "Oh, this guy is too smart. He not so obedient," because people like people who are obedient, you know. And then they put up together this trial, and without any real ground, he was sentenced to that. So this is one character. The other character was his friend from school, who took a totally different path. He was much more cynical, also very smart, but he studied in France, and he became head of the police. So they were kind of ideological enemies.
Yeah.
And in 44, he disappeared. People thought that he was killed, but nobody found the body. And there were all kinds of legends that maybe he's in Germany, he made a plastic surgery, So from here came my inspiration. I made that he's well-lived, but now he's serving the new regime. So he switched. And the third character is a very talented and beautiful woman, as we all need this.
Yeah.
And she was in love with him, but then their paths splitted, etc. So these are the characters, and then comes the story of one night and two mornings.
Yeah. And what does this story personally means to you?
Well, I think, first of all, this is not a historical, because lots of people, they should not think that this is a historical. I don't have any pretension to be a historian. There were lots of books which were written. I think this is a play which is actual everyday, because it's about choices.
Human choices, yeah.
Human choices. It's about
real life,
compromise. What is the price of the compromise? Because all of us, every day, we have to do different compromises. You know, we have to live together and we have to compromise. But what is at stake, and why at some point you say yes or you say no? So this is, let's say, more philosophical message. And I think if the first reactions are positive, because this could happen in Hungary. We know the story of Imre Nagy. And it's a story which could happen even in a smaller scale in daily life as well.
How did you feel yourself during the premiere? So were you there sitting, watching the reaction of the audience?
So first of all, as I don't speak Hungarian very well, for me was first a challenge to understand, but as I wrote it, I know.
That's why I wanted to say, you know everything what's going to happen.
It's all about. So
the surprise.
I was surprised that I understood quite a lot. So first of all, I have to say that it's a great production, which was done by Czeke Peter. He liked the text from the very beginning. So
Did you help choosing the actors? Or
no. I'm of the opinion that the creators,
is the director, he knows everything.
They have to be independent. I mean, he's an amazing director. He was also an actor, and because he's a bit from the older generation, he knows what was communism and what happened. So no, I didn't want to intervene at all. So he made a very great choice of actors: Ferenc Bálint, Pál Attila, and Hajdu Melinda. There is also a young woman who is playing a violin during the show. Her name is Todd Jasmine. So I love the production. I mean, it went, let's say, even.
How was the atmosphere there?
Well, it was very real. It was very real, and even when I wrote the play, I couldn't imagine that it will look so good on a stage. And this proves that the people who write, they should write, and the directors, they do their job. In this case, it's an amazing job. It's in the Rust Studio Theater, which is behind the main building of the Katona József, which is also an amazing place. I was very pleased to discover. Next year it will be 130 years. It's one of the oldest Színház in Hungary.
Perfect pronunciation. Színház.
And I think the public also liked very much. There was a big applause, and I saw also lots of young people.
That's good.
In the room, and the next presentations, they are sold out. So they are sold out. Yes. So it's working well.
So you said there were young people or young ones also in the audience. So what do you think people can learn about so from history and from maybe this play?
I think first they can learn about history, because I just found out, I'm not sure about the numbers, because when were these Stalin trials? The Stalin trials, they were from 46 till 53, because in 53 Stalin died. And I learned, a friend of mine told me in Poland, that the country where was the biggest amount of trials was Hungary. And there were 1 million trials. 1 million on a population of 10 million, which means that every 10th Hungarian went through such a nightmare, because it's really a nightmare where all of a sudden they come, they take you from your family, from your home, just because you said a joke. Sometimes it's because people just said a joke, or because they disagreed with something. And that's why this also maybe explains the success of the play, because everybody in his family, your grandfather, he was also in a trial, etc., etc. Everybody has a story. And then the messages, which I said are global messages and human messages, I think they also address to the young people, because again, there is a question of what can we trade? What can you trade? Because he receives basically an offer to run away with money, to go abroad, etc. So he has to make this compromise, to lose the life, but to stay right in his shoes, or to take the money and to be free with the beautiful woman. So it's a
hard decision. What is your dream? So is it possible to take this play to other cities, maybe to bring to Budapest?
Well, first I would like to be more successful there, and maybe go to some international festivals, because there are some festivals like in Avignon, in south of France, where lots of...
So you have plans to take it there?
Yeah, I hope it will be that successful that it could go there. Some people suggest there might be a movie.
Really?
Yes, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see if there is somebody.
Yeah, I was just wondering that now you're ready. Okay, we had the premiere and now you're just sitting and relaxing. Or now you're thinking about writing the next play, or maybe like this, to move to the film industry.
Well, for somebody who spent many years in this, I know that if you want to do the things in quality, of course, it's not so easy.
You need lots of money.
And people complain about money, but actually you need to have also good ideas and talented people and good execution.
You have good ideas. You're a real creative man. So I think you don't have problem with creativity. And you work with a lot of creative people, I think.
Yes, I met lots of.
It's important for you?
Yes, because they
inspires you.
Yeah, they give me energy,
motivation.
Yeah, they give me energy when you work with talented people and motivated people. It's you receive also you receive energy.
I will ask differently. What does creativity means to you?
I think
Sorry for the hard question.
Well, I mean, basically, when someone wants to share, I think it's about sharing, sharing emotion,
So good.
sharing
Truth, honesty.
exactly, or ideas, sharing beauty. So I think the creation starts from the moment of sharing. That's why we need the museums. That's why we need all the places where we can go, and the churches where we have lots of great art.
Would you like to talk about a little bit more of the play, or as I said, I have the third part, which is a lighter chit chat.
Well, I think I said a lot, and I think there is also something called word of mouth. I think I saw the first reactions in social media, etc. They are also very, very positive. So let's say it's a surprising play. It's not something that you can have every day, everywhere. So it's a surprising.
I will watch it. I promise that.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's move to some lighter questions because we are here at Schlager FM. So, music, radio. Do you listen to radio?
I listen a lot to radio.
Really?
Yes.
But online and international, or in the car, Hungarian radio channels?
Every time I'm in the car, I mean, I listen to radio. So if I'm in France, I listen to French radios. If I travel somewhere in France, depends on where I am. If I'm in Hungary as well, I listen to Schlager. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. What type of music do you listen, or do you have favorite artists, singers?
Well,
When have you been in a concert?
of course, I'm now queuing. I'm queuing for tickets. Queuing for tickets for Lady Gaga.
Ah,
I'm on the waiting list. But,
speaking about inspiration and creativity, Lady Gaga is one of the best.
Yes, I've been not too many concerts, but some really amazing ones, like Rolling Stones or Michael Jackson. So some really amazing ones. So what kind of... I like all kinds
All kind of
yes,
rock, pop.
even classic.
I always say I like good music because it's hard
of
to
course,
choose.
good music, yes.
That's the best. No?
Yeah.
And it can be any style or any type.
Music which is touching you. And of course, when you understand the words and it's a very touching song, it's better. But sometimes, sometimes I listen to a nice Hungarian song, even if I don't understand everything, it could touch me as well.
When I was young, one of my favorite songs was Shakira, Whenever, Wherever. And when I understood the lyrics, I would like, lucky my breasts are small and thumb are so, do you confuse it with mountains? Or like, what? What are you saying? So yeah, but yeah, same with me. So for example, one of my favorite songs is Dragostadinte from Ozon, and I don't know what are they singing, but I love that song. And also I like French songs. Okay, do you go to theater or cinema? Do you have favorite actors or directors?
Of course, every time I can, I go to see a movie or a theater. I like lots of actors.
But like actors in theater or movie actors, or both? Because it's totally different.
Well, I know quite well French actors because, for instance, I saw Alain Delon in many movies, and he also
I loved him.
Also in theaters.
Black Tulip, one of my favorite movies.
Also in theaters, and I saw him once in a restaurant. I was sitting in a Chinese restaurant in Paris with one friend of mine, a colleague, a lady, and the door opened and it was Alain Delon, and she did, and then he said, "Don't worry, this is the effect I do." This is usually the effect I do. So I saw him also playing on stage. From the female actors, I like very much Isabella Gianni, also very talented. So I have my preferred. I have also my preferred American actors. I like Humphrey Bogart. Casablanca is one of my
classic.
most
Yes.
preferred movies, and it's a Hungarian director.
Yes.
I know the some of the dialogues when they split at the end. Say we always have Paris. We always meet somewhere. So and many other movies which I follow. Of course, with my profession, I have been also to the Cannes Film Festival, to Venice Film Festival. So I can say I'm a movie fan. I started my career in television in HBO, and HBO at that time was mainly about movies.
Yeah.
There was no... After HBO started to produce the series, The Sopranos, Sex and the City, 6 Feet Under, etc. But first was with movies.
Movies, yeah.
Movies without advertising. This is what was our proposal, and some boxing. Yes.
Definitely. One last question. If you should, and now you must, describe your play in only just 3 words, what would they be?
3 words. What is the price? There are 4 words. Sorry.
Yeah, what is the price for the 3 words? It's hard. You can think.
Or no, maybe I should find something. It's an interesting question.
For you. 3 words. 1 night, 2 mornings.
I want to make it positive. So the positive message is there will be always tomorrow.
That's good. Sounds good. And I think it's a good closing sentence. So thank you very much for being here. I hope you liked the interview.
Yeah,
for me, it was a really interesting conversation.
I hope your listeners will like as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a nice day.